Welcome back, my timeless gardeners. It's always such a joy to see you here, and if this is your very first time joining us, a warm welcome to you too. You've just found your new favorite garden corner on YouTube. Now let me ask you a question. What if I told you that some of the best gardening tools and tricks are sitting right on the shelves of your local Dollar Tree? Yes, you heard that right. Today I'm sharing 15 garden hacks you can do on a budget. And these aren't your everyday tips. These are fresh, clever, and surprisingly simple ideas that can save you time, money, and maybe even a little backache. So make yourself comfortable. Grab a cup of tea if you like, and let's dig in. And before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our gardening family, because here it's all about making gardening easy, enjoyable, and timeless. Hack 1: Cooling Rack Seed Drying Station. Let's start with a clever little treasure from the kitchen aisle, the cooling rack. Now most folks think of it only when there's a batch of cookies coming out of the oven. But out in the garden, this humble rack becomes a gardener's best friend. Here's the beauty of it. When you save seeds from your tomatoes, cucumbers, or even those marigolds you love so much, they need to dry out before you tuck them away. If you just toss them on a paper towel, they stick. If you spread them on a plate, they don't breathe. But a cooling rack, oh, it's like a gentle breeze hugging each seed. Air comes from the top, the bottom, and the sides, keeping them nice and dry, no mold, no clumping. And let me tell you, there's something magical about it. Picture this. You've just come in from the garden, hands full of seeds, and you spread them out neatly on that rack. In just a few days, you've got next season's garden sitting right there in front of you. It's like a little promise of tomorrow. And all it took was something so simple, you probably walked past it 100 times. The best part, every seed you save this way is money, back in your pocket. You won't need to buy new packets, and you'll be growing from plants you already know and love. That's not just gardening, that's legacy gardening, passing down strong, healthy plants, season after season, all thanks to a little cooling rack. Hack 2: Over-the-door Shoe Organizer Herb Garden. Now this one is a real showstopper. Head over to the home aisle and grab one of those clear over-the-door shoe organizers. You've probably seen them holding shoes or little odds and ends in the closet. But in the garden, oh, it turns into the most charming vertical herb garden you've ever seen. Here's how you do it. Hang that organizer on a sunny fence, the side of a shed, or even a balcony railing. Fill each pocket with a little soil, tuck in some basil, parsley, mint, or even lettuce, and you've just created rows of green goodness without needing a big yard. It's neat, it's tidy, and everything is right at your fingertips. And the best part, for older gardeners, or anyone with a sore back, no more bending all the way down to the ground. You can tend to your herbs while standing comfortably. Imagine walking outside with a pair of scissors and snipping fresh herbs for dinner, right from your pocket garden. It feels like something out of a magazine, but it's so simple and affordable, you'll wonder why you didn't try it sooner. Plus it makes a beautiful conversation piece. Neighbors will see that lush green wall of herbs and ask, "Where did you get that?" And you'll smile, knowing it was just a little shoe organizer with a second life. Hack 3: Pool Noodle Garden Edging. Alright, this next one always makes people smile. Pool noodles, yes, those colorful foam tubes from the toy aisle, can do wonders in the garden. Now most of us think of them floating in a pool on a hot summer day. But out here they make the lightest, easiest garden edging you'll ever use. Here's how. Slice the noodle down one side, open it up, and slip it right over the edge of your raised beds, or even along the border of your garden paths. Suddenly you've got soft, colorful edging that keeps soil from spilling out and gives your garden a fun, tidy look. But here's the part I love. For anyone who leans on their garden beds while planting or weeding, these noodles turn into little cushions. No more sore elbows, no more leaning on hard wood. It's like adding comfort and safety at the same time. And if you've got grandkids or little ones visiting the garden, these noodles make it safer for them too. No sharp corners, just bright, soft edges. It's cheerful, it's practical, and it makes your garden space so much more welcoming. Hack 4: Shower Curtain Liner as a Weed Barrier. Now let's wander over to the bathroom aisle for this next treasure, a simple shower curtain liner. Most folks see it and think of steamy bathrooms, but in the garden it becomes a powerful tool against weeds. Here's how you use it. Lay the liner flat right on the soil where you want to plant. Then cut little slits or holes for your flowers or veggies. Once you cover it with mulch or soil, you've got an invisible shield that keeps weeds from popping up while still letting your plants shine. The beauty of this trick is that it saves you time and energy. No more endless hours of bending and pulling those stubborn weeds. Instead, your plants get all the attention and the weeds. They don't stand a chance. And here's something extra. Shower curtain liners are light and easy to cut, so you don't need heavy rolls of landscaping fabric. You can shape it to fit raised beds, flower pots, or even odd corners of the yard. It's one of those little secrets that makes gardening easier, cleaner, and a whole lot more enjoyable. Hack 5. Laundry Basket Potato Planter. Now here's one of my favorites, from the laundry aisle. A simple plastic laundry basket. You'd never think it, but this everyday basket can turn into a fantastic potato planter. Here's how it works. Line the inside with burlap, an old pillowcase, or even a few layers of newspaper. That way, the soil stays in place, but water can still drain out. Add your soil, tuck in a few seed potatoes, and as the green shoots appear, keep topping it up with more soil. What's happening inside is amazing. The potatoes are forming layer by layer, safe and snug with plenty of air circulation. Thanks to those little holes in the basket, no soggy soil, no rot. Now picture this. A few months later, it's harvest day. Instead of sweating with a shovel and worrying about slicing into your crop, you just tip that basket over. Out comes a cascade of golden potatoes, clean and beautiful, like little treasures spilling into your hands. There's nothing quite like it. The excitement of seeing how many you grew, all from a basket you might already have at home. And here's a bonus. Laundry baskets are easy to carry, so if the weather changes, or you need to move your potatoes into more sunlight, just pick it up by the handles, and shift it. No heavy lifting, no complicated equipment. It's gardening made simple and joyful. Hack 6. Plastic Colander Harvest Basket. Now let's stop by the kitchen aisle again, and pick up a plastic colander. You know, the kind you'd usually use to drain pasta. Well, in the garden it becomes one of the handiest harvest baskets you'll ever own. Here's why I love it. When you're picking tomatoes, beans, berries, or even pulling up carrots, you can drop them straight into the colander. As you carry it inside, all the dirt and little bits of leaves fall right through those holes. And when you get to the sink, you don't need to transfer a thing. Just run water right over your harvest, swish it around, and your produce is clean and ready. But it doesn't stop there. Because the colander is light, it's easy to carry even when it's full. That means no more heavy buckets straining your arms. And here's a tip. If you give your lettuce or herbs a quick wash, leave them in the colander to drain. It acts like a natural drying rack, keeping everything crisp and fresh. There's something so satisfying about coming in from the garden, colander in hand, filled with bright vegetables or fresh herbs. It makes the whole process, from harvest to the dinner table, feel seamless, simple and joyful. Hack 7. Knee pads for comfortable weeding. Now let's head over to the automotive section for this next gem. A pair of knee pads. They may be made for fixing cars, but in the garden they are a lifesaver for anyone who spends time close to the soil. Think about it. Gardening often means hours of bending, kneeling and shuffling along the rows. That can be tough on the knees, especially if the ground is rocky or hard. Slip on a pair of these padded protectors, and suddenly you've got comfort and support. You can stay out there longer, enjoy the work, and wake up the next morning without those aches and bruises. And here's the bonus. They're lightweight and adjustable, so you can wear them whether you're pulling weeds, planting seedlings, or even scrubbing out flower pots. Instead of carrying around a bulky kneeling pad that you have to move with you, these stay right where you need them. Picture yourself out in the garden, moving from one bed to another with ease. No constant shifting of a mat, no sore knees to slow you down. Just comfort and freedom to enjoy the part of gardening we love most. Being close to the earth, tending to each plant with care. Hack 8. Clear Storage Bin Mini Greenhouse. For this next one, head over to the storage aisle and grab a clear plastic bin with a lid. Now you might normally use it to pack away holiday decorations or old clothes, but in the garden it transforms into a perfect little greenhouse. Here's how. Flip the bin upside down and place it right over your seed trays or tender young plants. The clear sides let the sunlight pour in, while the lid keeps warmth and moisture locked inside. It's like giving your seedlings their very own cozy room to grow strong and healthy. And here's the beauty. If a surprise cold snap comes, you don't have to worry. Just cover your plants with the bin, and they'll be safe from frost. When the sun is shining, pop the lid open a crack to let in a little air, and you've created a simple system that rivals expensive garden gear. Imagine stepping outside on a chilly morning and peeking into your storage bin greenhouse, seeing green sprouts stretching happily toward the light. It's affordable, it's easy, and it gives your plants the very best start without all the fuss. Hack 9. Silicone ice cube trays for seed starters. Now let's take a stroll back to the kitchen aisle for something small but mighty. Silicone ice cube trays. You might think of them only for making ice or freezing little treats, but they make the most wonderful seed starters. Here's why. The flexible silicone is gentle, so once your seedlings are ready to transplant, you just bend the tray slightly, and the tiny plugs of soil pop right out. No tugging, no breaking those delicate little roots. Each cube is just the right size for giving seeds their first cozy home. And here's a tip, because the trays are washable and reusable, you can use them season after season. Start basil in the spring, lettuce in the summer, maybe even flowers in the fall, all in the same trays. A quick rinse, and they're ready to go again. Now picture this, rows of bright green sprouts peeking out of those little cubes, lined up neatly like soldiers waiting to be planted. It's organized, it's affordable, and it makes the process of starting seeds feel fun and easy, like you've got your very own mini nursery right on the windowsill. Hack 10. Plastic forks to protect seedlings. Here's one from the party aisle that always gets a laugh but works like a charm. Plain old plastic forks. Instead of putting them on the table, stick them right into the soil around your tender seedlings. The little prongs act like a gentle fence. Curious cats, nosy squirrels, even neighborhood birds will think twice before stepping into your garden bed. It doesn't hurt them, of course, but it sends a clear message. These plants are off limits. And here's what I love. The forks are almost invisible once your plants grow bigger, so they do their job quietly, without taking away from the beauty of your garden. Plus you can reuse them year after year. Just give them a quick rinse and pop them back in when planting season starts again. It's simple, it's clever, and it saves you from losing those precious young plants before they even get a chance to thrive. Well, look at us. We've already made it through 10 hacks together. And if you're still here with me, I know you've got that same gardening spirit I do. You're curious, you love a clever bargain, and you believe gardening should always stay fun and simple. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button now. Think of it as joining our little garden family, where every week you'll find easy budget-friendly tips that make gardening lighter and brighter. And tell me in the comments, which hack has been your favorite so far? Was it the basket full of potatoes, or maybe those sneaky plastic forks keeping critters away? I love hearing your stories, because gardening isn't just about the plants. It's about the joy we share. Now don't go anywhere, because the hacks coming up next will have you looking at everyday items in a whole new way. Hack 11. Microfiber mop head as a hanging basket liner. Here's a clever one from the cleaning aisle. A microfiber mop head. Instead of snapping it onto a mop, tuck it right into a hanging basket as a liner. Those fluffy strands soak up water like a sponge, keeping your soil moist longer, but they also let the extra water drain away so your roots never sit soggy. It's sturdy, reusable, and a whole lot cheaper than store-bought liners that wear out fast. Fill it with soil, plant your flowers or strawberries, and you've got a basket that stays healthy and lush all season. And the best part, no one will ever guess it's just a mop head doing the hard work. Hack 12. Travel-size spray bottles for gentle misting. Now let's swing by the travel section for something small but mighty. Those little spray bottles. In the garden they make the perfect mister for delicate plants, seedlings, orchids, or even cuttings that your rooting don't like a heavy splash of water. A quick gentle mist keeps the soil damp, and the leaves refreshed without washing the plants away. And because these bottles are small, they're light and easy to carry. No sore wrists from lugging around a heavy sprayer. Here's a tip I love. Fill one with water and a drop of liquid fertilizer, and give your plants a light foliar feed right on their leaves. They soak it up quickly, and you'll notice the difference in their growth. It's a simple little tool, but it gives you so much control, like having a fine paintbrush instead of a bucket. Perfect for giving your tender plants just the right touch. Hack 13. Plastic cutting boards for garden signs. Here's a smart one from the kitchen aisle again. Those colorful plastic cutting boards, instead of using them for chopping veggies, turn them into long-lasting garden signs. Wooden markers fade, crack or rot in the weather, but these cutting boards hold up through sun, rain and wind. Just cut them into smaller pieces, write the plant name with a permanent marker or paint pen, and stick them right into the soil. Here's the fun part. Since they often come in bright colors, they add a cheerful splash to your beds and help you spot what's growing at a glance. No more guessing which patch is parsley and which one's cilantro. It's practical, it's durable, and it keeps your garden looking neat and organized, with a pop of personality too. Hack 14. Binder clips and chip clips for plant supports. Now let's head over to the office aisle, or even the snack aisle, for this next one. Binder clips and chip clips may look like they only belong on papers or potato bags, but in the garden they turn into the handiest little helpers for supporting your plants. Here's how it works. If you've got tomatoes climbing a stake, beans running up a trellis, or even flowers leaning a little too far, just use a clip to gently hold the stem in place. Unlike string, which can dig in and damage the plant, clips are quick to adjust and easy to move as your plant grows taller. And the beauty is, they're strong but gentle. A tiny binder clip can hold a delicate stem without crushing it, while a bigger chip clip can manage thicker stalks. Plus, when the season's over, you just collect them, give them a rinse, and use them again next year. Picture your garden looking neat and tidy, with every plant standing proud and supported, and all thanks to a handful of little clips that most folks overlook. It's simple, it's smart, and it saves your plants from bending or breaking when they're at their best. Hack 15. Cooling towel for the gardener. Now for this last hack, let's think about you, the gardener. After all, the plants aren't the only ones that need care. Head over to the fitness aisle and grab a cooling towel. You simply wet it, wring it out, and drape it around your neck while you're out in the garden. On those hot afternoons, it keeps you refreshed and comfortable, letting you stay outside a little longer without feeling drained. And when you're weeding or harvesting, that cool touch on your skin makes all the difference. It's like giving yourself a little spa moment right there among the flowers and vegetables. The best part, it's reusable, easy to wash, and so lightweight you can tuck it into your pocket when you're done. Because gardening isn't just about growing plants, it's about enjoying the process, and that means taking care of yourself too. A happy gardener makes a happy garden. And there we have it, my timeless gardeners. 15 clever little hacks, all straight from Dollar Tree, proving you don't need to spend a fortune to keep your garden thriving. I hope at least one of these tips made you think, oh, I can try that this week, because that's what this channel is all about. Simple ideas that make gardening easier, lighter, and a lot more fun. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which hack are you most excited to try first? Drop it down in the comments, so we can keep this garden conversation growing. And if you discovered a new favorite trick today, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and share it with a fellow gardener who might enjoy it too. Most importantly, make sure you're subscribed and part of our garden family here. Every week we'll explore fresh ways to grow more, save more, and enjoy this beautiful journey together. Until next time, my friends, take good care of yourselves, enjoy the peace of your garden, and remember, gardening isn't just about plants, it's about the joy it brings to your life.